What's up, guys? I'm going to show you guys, for anybody that has a Kranzle power washer, whether it's 1122, 1322, 1622, or even another brand's power washer. These damn cords are really long. On the particular 1322 that I have, it's excessively long and really stiff and hard to coil up. So I want to shorten up this power cord, the GFI power cord. So I already took the machine apart. That's just way too much work to go in there and start completely gutting the machine to shorten up the cord. So now we're going to go work on the back end. We're going to do it right at the GFI plug internally. So first step you're going to want to do, and I'll show you what I did already, you're going to want to set your machine up to where your outlet is going to be, and then you're going to mark. See, like I have some green tape and I marked it. So this is where I'm going to make my splice. So I'm going to take a couple of feet off this power cord, probably about 4.5, 5 feet off the power cord. That's the first order of business. So we're going to do that now, like I'll show you here. And that's it. So leave the section that's attached to the machine where it is. This we're going to just do away with. I'm going to cut it again, and then the scrap I'm just going to roll up and throw in the trash, because it's going to make my life a hell of a lot easier. So now this is the section that I'm no longer going to use. This is just wasted plug, and it just doesn't work for me. So we're going to get that, throw it over there. So we have the GFI plug in your hands. You're going to need a Torx T10 security bit on this particular GFI plug, because these actually have security screws in them. And I'm just using my snap-on ratcheting screwdriver with the T10 security Torx bit on there. And we're going to just undo this. And that's that. Also, when you're doing anything with electronics, always make sure you have everything organized and you're working in a clean environment. Don't do anything when you're all slopped up, because you're going to lose stuff. So we're going to carefully separate the back cap right here. We're going to put that to the side. So once you have this open, make a diagram or snap a picture with your cell phone of the wiring codes. So the grounding prong is going to be the blue-green color. Then you have black on the left, white on the right. So let me just show you that quick on the camera, just so you guys get an idea. You don't want to mix this up, and you don't want to screw this up. And these terminals are soldered on, so we're going to be desoldering these, shortening the new length lead. We're going to splice into them, and that's it. So now this little bridge here, and also just note, these have the coarser, longer screws. This keeps the insulation pressed down into the housing. Just put that there. I will pull this apart like this. I'll put that to the side. Also, the rubber grommet, we are going to transfer this over to the section that we already cut, which I have right here. So you can see carefully, that's the core of the power cord. So we're going to get this slipped over, just like that. If it doesn't go on, just throw a little bit of silicone and keep that where it's at. Now we're going to strip back. Before you strip back, kind of gauge where you're at, of how much meat you got to strip back. So I'm going to mark this here with a silver Sharpie. So mark it right there like that. And I'm going to still use the same tool, and I'm going to carefully go around the circumference of the insulating jacket like that. It's going to take you a couple of times to get it, but you got to be careful. Okay, see how I just pulled it apart safely? If you go too hard, you are going to cut into the core of your wires. So we're going to take this here. So there's your wiring right here, which we're going to re-terminate and solder onto the GFI plug at the shorter length now. So this little fiberglass insulation, just use some scissors or a razor blade, cut that off, put that to the side. We're not going to need that. Trim this back here like that. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that hates the power cord on some of these machines. I just don't like them. So it bothered me enough that now we're going to fix it. So we got that terminated. We're going to strip these guys back just a little bit using my automatic wire strippers. These things are so old. I've had these things for about 30 years and they still work. Okay, so we got that all stripped out. Before we put these onto the terminals, we're going to tin them with solder, and I'll show you guys quick how to do that. And so I'm actually going to cut this back just like that. What we're going to do is we're going to tin this and we're going to solder right on top of it. That's going to be a fine joint. It's not going to cause any issues. Now the trick is getting these guys off safely. So I like to use weights when I'm working on stuff like this. Okay, got that free. All right, I gotta grab a needle and those pliers. There we go. Okay, so we got the white wire completely desoldered off the terminal. Now we're going to bend this back like that. You see that there in the camera? So that one's done. More scrap, we'll get rid of that. There's the white wire. Some more scrap. Get rid of that. Now we just got to pull out the black wire. So you could see, I'll show you quickly if you get this on camera, there's a little scallop right there in the copper on the terminal. That's where the wire is going to rest, and then you just hit it with some solder and you keep it right in place. We're going to tin the green wire first, and I'm using 062 solder. Yeah, if you have a better soldering iron, it's going to make your life a lot easier. This is heavier gauge wire. It's probably like 16 gauge, maybe 14 gauge wire. Alright guys, we're back. I actually ran to work to grab my JBC, part of my JBC soldering station. The soldering iron I have is just terrible and does not have enough wattage to do what I need to do here. So let's try this again. I'm going to crank up the heat. And I also got some flux. This actually really helps. Okay. And that's it, we're done on that end. And I'll show you in a second. Cool that off with a sponge. So you guys can see that there. Got the green wire soldered on to the grounding terminal. So now I'm just preparing the black and the white wire to go back into the terminal on the plug. Just gotta be patient doing this stuff. White wire is set. Back around, use your needle nose pliers, and you're gonna have to bend and manipulate the ends that you tinned to get in there. these little guys out of the way safely. Okay, so now both wires are captive in the plug. We're going to do one at a time. Most likely going to do the black one first. So I like the way that's set up right now. Put a little bit more flux on here. It'll help the solder flow out. I'm actually going to get different solder. Now I switched over to 032. Crank up the heat. Let's go in there. Yeah, it's a night and day difference when you have a real soldering station with real power. Those cheap ones could only get you so far. Let's see. So you can see there, we're perfectly soldered onto the terminal. Now we're going to do the white wire. Just feed the solder in there, and with the flux, it just flows right in. And what you're trying to do is solder the wire to the copper terminal that's internal to the plug. And we're successful. So you guys can see that, give you a little close-up view. White wire, black wire, green wire, perfectly terminated. So we're gonna just go back and reassemble the plug. So you're going to take the back cap, carefully get it in there until it bottoms out on the back end. Now we need to put the bridge back in here. That's this guy here. These are the longer screws. So I'm sure this video probably helps some guys out there, and this probably would be good for Matt at Obsessed Garage to even share this on his social media feeds if anybody is thinking about doing this, because I haven't seen anybody doing videos on this particular machine out there. Just had to make an adjustment with the bridge. And don't kill it, just snug it up. So there is the finished shortened GFI plug that's already terminated at the Kranzle 1322. Had to get the rubber end grommet back in and make sure the gasket was all lined up where we need it to be. And now we're at the home stretch. Just getting this on. Okay, that's what you want to hear. You want to hear it when it pops in like that. That means that all the male and female tabs of the two halves locked into each other. Then you just take your T10, screw it all together, and that's it, guys. So hope this could help somebody out there that wants to shorten up the excessively long and stiff power cord on any of the Kranzle power washers. You're pretty much just going to need some cutters, some patience, flat blade screwdriver, some solder. Definitely a good soldering station would help. You could do it with a soldering iron, but it's going to have to be at least a 50 watt soldering iron. You're not going to be able to do it with a 25, 30 watt. It's just not enough juice. And that's it. So hope you guys like this video. It's a little tech, and maybe you guys will get something out of it. Maybe you won't. Maybe nobody will watch it. But while I was doing it, I thought it was good idea to shoot a video and throw it on my channel and share it with you guys. So see you guys soon. autofanatic@yahoo.com. Stay tuned to the channel. for more automotive and technical related content, ranging from anything automotive, garage, shop, technical related on the channel. So go to my website, auto-fanatic.com. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Have a great one.